As electric cars start to gain popularity, should we stop and look at other low-emission fuel options? Hydrogen fuel cells work using a tank of compressed hydrogen gas. This gas is compressed to pressures from 350 to 700 atmospheres. This is because hydrogen has a low volumetric energy density compared to other fuel sources such as petrol and diesel. This means that at normal pressures, a tank of hydrogen would not contain much energy. Hydrogen gas then flows down the tank into the positive anode. Here, it reacts with oxygen in the air in the presence of a platinum catalyst. This reaction turns the hydrogen gas into hydrogen ions and its associated free electrons. Positive hydrogen ions are just protons, which are then attracted to the negative side of the electrode, to the cathode. They get there via conducting through the membrane that only allows the passage of protons, leaving the electrons behind in the positive anode. The movement of these positive ions then causes a flip of charge of the electrode, meaning that the cathode now becomes positively charged. The electrons in the anode are then attracted to the positive cathode, but they can't conduct in the same way that hydrogen ions did through the membrane, so they are forced to go through an external circuit. This is what actually causes the generation of electricity for the motor, is this flow of electrons, this flow of current through an external circuit. Hydrogen ions then bond with oxygen in the air and the electrons in the cathode to form water. This is the only physical byproduct of the reaction, and it is released out the car via the exhaust in the form of water vapor. Comparing this harmless byproduct to petrol cars that have emissions of around 13% carbon dioxide, it's clear to see why these are seen as the more environmentally friendly option. One cell, however, is not enough to power an entire car, so these cells are needed to be connected in series to form a stack. The current produced by the cell is direct, which sometimes needs to be converted to AC via an inverter, depending on the motor used. These stacks typically have an efficiency of around 50%, with some electrical energy being lost as heat via resistance in the circuit. 50% efficiency means that half of the energy of the hydrogen gas can be converted into useful electricity for the car. Comparing these to petrol and diesel cars, they only have an efficiency of between 30 and 40%.